Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind with our dear friend Mervis. We are here outside of the ruins of Altsotha because the Night Mother of the Dark Brotherhood is currently making her home here, and we have to go stab her, along with anyone else who gets in our way. I went ahead and actually skipped the stuff that happened on the way to me finding my way to the actual ruin, because basically nothing happened. I walked here and killed a few random Andromora and got lost and had to take some time finding the actual entrance. That's basically as interesting as it gets. But with all that said, I think it's time for us to head on inside and finish off this particular assignment and thereby conclude the quest chain for the Morag Tong. By the way, you guys are probably going to be watching this a good deal after the fact, just because of what's going on in the real world at the moment, and I won't get too much into that, but basically one side effect of it is the fact that the places that I usually use, to upload my videos, because the internet at my house is kind of shit, they're closed for the rest of the month at minimum. So I'm gonna have to wait and deal with the uploading once that's no longer the case. Anyways, this lady needs to die. This lady has died. I will take your lockpicks and probes, but everything else you can keep. You, on the other hand, well, you also need to die. And it went quite well, actually. Those two didn't last long. Thank you. Thank you very much for that Ebony Fury Blade, which this is actually my custom enchanted weapon, so I made it myself. Which I think is something I've told people in the past, that I did actually make this thing myself. The hell is up with your shield, lady? I don't know what's up with your shield, but you are dead. Silver Shard Sword casts frost damage. Not interested in that. But I will take your ebony shield, because that is kind of awesome. Now, what do we have down here? That's the next question on my mind. I see a Dremora. Let's not go that way just yet. Okay. That's the door to the lower levels. I'm probably gonna have to go to the lower levels just in order to find the Night Mother. But I want to find everything that's up here first. And we found my death. That's something I could have done without finding, to be perfectly honest. It really is. I'm not too into the whole dying thing, you may have noticed. Yeah, a Dremora friend here wants to cause me problems, so... First order of business... Frozen Atri, get your butt out here, and I will prepare to help with some stabbing. After Frozen Atri... Okay. Charging him rather than just letting Frozen Atri do the job was not my best of ideas. Let's be honest. Now, Frozen Atri, get him. I will summon another Frozen Atri. If this one can't cut it. And no, that was not a pun. It was not intended as one, I should say. Frozen Atri 2, get him. And also, let's get this thing out. Taste some Mehrunes razor, you son of a bitch. Yeah, that battle axe I am not going to be taking for my own. It's too goddamn heavy. I also appear to be almost out of magicka. Fortunately, we have plenty of scrolls, so I should be able to punch above my weight a decent amount when it comes time for the real fight. Let's have a couple of healing potions, though. Get ourselves healed up, in that sense, at the very least. Now, how are the enchantments holding up? One of my Fury Blade is doing quite nice, despite that being a pretty strong enchantment. Well, I say quite nice, we've used up about half of it. Whereas we used about a third of it on the razor. I prefer to save the razor for extreme situations though, so I'm going to stick with the Fury Blade for now. And it does some pretty decent damage even when I'm not making use of the enchantment. There's also that. Who are you? And other than a person who wants me dead, I mean. Severa Magia. I recognize that name. We were just killed by the Night Mother. So, let's give this another go and maybe succeed in killing the Night Mother this time. Because Severa Magia is what Inohlalu told us the name of the Night Mother in Vardenfell is. If that's the Night Mother, then I think busting out the razor would not be the worst choice in the world, honestly. But before we get into the actual fight, let's throw down some scrolls. And some Ring of Protection. And Scroll of Fifth Barrier. Scroll of... Psychic Prison. Scroll of the... I said Scroll of the Black Storm. Okay. Now... a little bit of Mother's Ring, I think. And... let's see. What else? Soul Root. And Death. Okay, this is not going to be an easy one, despite the scroll collection. Expect to be here for a while, would be my suggestion. Okay. Over to consumables. And let's down my 2 remaining personal Restore Magicka potions. I'm going to be doing some summoning now. Please go after the Night Mother for me. And we're dying. Okay. Exclusive Restore Health. Fire Shield. Summon Igni with the amulet. Consumables. Here she comes again. Scroll of Fifth Barrier. Ring of Protection. Ring of Khajiit to get some speed in. Elemental Burst. Black Death. Okay, now... okay, that was a waste. Apparently she died and I just wasted a scroll. Oh well, you win some, you lose some, I guess. There's the Dark Brotherhood armor, which I have no need for. I would take the Daedric Tanta, though. Just because it's a pretty nice weapon, even if it doesn't measure up to my Fury Blade. And I could enchant it to be fancier if I wanted to. I'll leave the Dark Brotherhood armor, though. But she has a bunch of Sanguine items that I think I'm gonna want. I'll take those. now let's use a bunch of Mother's Ring to heal up. And take all of these scrolls. And gold. As even though it's a very small amount of gold, I think I want it. And that's a book I don't have. So yes, please. The Wolf Queen. That's a skill book in Morrowind? I've seen the Wolf Queen in all the other games, but I don't think it's a skill book in any of them. Well, I know it's not a skill book in Skyrim, and I don't think it is in Oblivion, but I could be wrong. Who's to say, really? I don't know. I mean, I suppose it could be, and I might just be misremembering, but I don't think so. I do not think so. Right, let's get the enchanted torch out again. Along with Stabby McStab. The ebony sword. Yes, I'm calling it Stabby McStab. I just want to explore around here a little bit more, I think. Does someone else in the general area want me dead? That's what the music would seem to indicate. Well, I say someone else. It's a Dremora, so not really a person. Ebony mace. Very heavy, but very valuable. I'll be having that. Thank you very much. And continue to look around, just on the off chance there's something of value in here. We don't want to miss some potential loot, because I decided to head home early after all. That won't do in the slightest. Certainly not. Shrine, eh? Let's have a look-see. And I walk in and get murdered by a summoner. Lovely. Just lovely. At least I know I saved after we killed Severa Magia. So I won't have to do that fight all over again, because she was a pain in the ass. She really was. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother with going to fight that Dremora again. I'm really not. Mayrune's razor is almost out of juice. I'd like to kill Magey McMageface if I can, and the razor seems like my best bet to do that. So, let's recharge it a little with a couple of my soul gems. There we go. 2 soul gems and we're all charged up. But while I'm at it, Let's down my best restore magica potion. Some cyrodiilic brandy. Some Mazte. And a couple of fortified strength potions. Also going to make use of the Ring of Protection. And prepare the Scroll of Baleful Suffering. Fuck. Fuck. Okay, so we have a Dremora and a summoner in here who's capable of calling up golden saints. I'm sorry, but I just do not think we are in any shape to take that on. I have a feeling those guys are just a tiny bit out of my league. Just a little bit. So, taking them on is going to have to wait for another day, I think. Much as I would like to just brute force my way through it, I'm not going to be able to. But trust me, this place is on my list for somewhere to come back to and fully clear out. But for now, I think it's time for us to go. I'm recalling back to the Morag Tong hideout. Okay, here we are. Let's go give Ino both the good news and the artifacts.
I don't know where to begin. It is such an honor to meet you.
hail and hearty.
And he's actually looking in our direction for once. I don't have to walk up and stare at his back. That's nice. Yeah, before I get to the Alsotha thing, I have some stuff for you. Okay, and I'll have to go back and check how many of the artifacts I've actually returned. Because I'd like to try and get them all before we end the quest line, honestly. But, as you asked before I started handing a bunch of stuff over to you, I have dealt with the matter of the Night Mother in Alsotha. She will haunt us no longer. The Night Mother is no more. You have done well, Mervis Cyrano. This ritual dagger has been passed from one Grandmaster to another for years. I believe you are the one who should wield it now and darken its blade with blood. Our journal has been updated, and we've been given the Black Hand's dagger. Interesting. Now, does he have any other special duties for us? That's my next question. You have the talent and drive to become the new Grandmaster. Yeah, hold that thought, because if he's offering to make us the guild leader, then we know that's going to basically cause him to vanish from the game, if Gentleman Jim Stacy is anything to go by, so I'll hold off on that for now. Blackhand Dagger, eh? Well, it's less damage than anything else we have, but absorb health and 20% blind. It has a rather nice enchantment, so it'd be useful under very specific circumstances. So I will keep it, if only for that. I will keep it, if only for that. No, thinking it over, this whole artifact thing, the ones we've turned into him have been basically artifacts that I have blindly stumbled across. Let's get a torch out. It's a bit too little light on Mervis's face, honestly. Yeah, the artifacts we've given him so far for the threads of the web spinner have been ones that I either blindly stumbled across or that were just gifted to us as part of the Morag Tong questline, so I'm reliably informed by some people, and I may have discussed this before, actually. I'm reliably informed by some people that to actually finish this questline, there's no actual roleplay way to do it, because quite a few of the items are carried by NPCs that you have no way of knowing they have them. You can't discuss it with them and try and buy the artifact off them or anything. You have to just randomly murder innocent NPCs or go and look it up on the wiki. Neither of which lends itself very well to the roleplay. I know I said that I would probably do this off camera just for that very reason, but even doing it off camera feels disingenuous because even when I'm doing stuff off camera, I try to do it in a kind of as roleplay-ish of a manner as I possibly can, so I really don't think there's any way that I can do that and complete this quest, so because of that, I think I'm just going to have to basically not finish it. Okay, we're back again, and if you're wondering why everything's full and all, I went and had a night's sleep before we continued on. Just because it was basically midnight, so Mervis was very exhausted and needed some rest, and decided to see to that before we continued the conversation about being Grandmaster. But yeah, I basically decided that I'm not going to be completing the web spinner questline just because there's no way for me to do it in a roleplay friendly manner, is the long and short of it. Someday you may replace me as Grandmaster of the Morag Tong. Yes, that day may be sooner than you think, actually. Traditionally, the Grandmaster of the Morag Tong is honorably executed by the new Grandmaster. You can certainly fight me if you think you can win, but I am tired. If you allow me to retire peacefully, I will name you the new Grandmaster. No one will question our word. You see, Mervis is of two minds about this. On the one hand, he very much likes Inohlalu, and in some respects, even considers him a friend. He's someone that we like and respect, so he wants to just let him retire, but he's a loose end. What if one day someone comes along and decides they don't like the way we're running things? They want to put Inohlalu back in charge of the Morag Tong. So we have a pretender to the throne, so to speak. No, we can't take that risk, I'm afraid. You being alive is too much of a loose end. You have to die.
There is no escape.
So be it. Okay. We will have to murder his ass now? Come on. Okay. Summon Atri. Just through the scroll, because I'd like to use that up. And down he goes. Tough fight, though. Tough fight. I have slain Grandmaster Inohlalu. I am the new Grandmaster of the Morag Tong. Indeed we are. Indeed we are. Okay. Well, now we're gonna make use of Muller's Ring a little bit to get these injuries seen to. Because, love him or hate him, you can't deny that Inohlalu was a certifiable badass in combat. And we can have all the sanguine artifacts we gave him back. Some of those artifacts are quite nice, others are just kind of going to be decorating a shelf somewhere rather than getting actual use in the field. Still, I think I want them. We're not going to take his clothes or his dagger, though. The old man was a worthy opponent. And we won't disrespect him by stripping him. No. Instead, we will just yoink some of his stuff. That'll do as far as the whole disrespecting part of things goes. Mostly just his rings and all that jazz. There you have it. Grandmaster the Morag Tong. And with all that said and done, with us as the Master Thief of the Thieves Guild and Grandmaster of the Morag Tong, as well as kind of a quasi-mage, even bearing in mind that our robes do most of the work, there's really only one thing for Mervis to say now. I need a vacation.